everyone, my name is Sarah Hureska. I am a master's degree student in elementary education through Grand Canyon University. And today I'm going to talk to you just a little bit about IDEA or IDEA, which is the Individuals with Disability Act, and also a little bit about IEPs and how they work in a special education setting. So, I personally, within my classroom, do have a few children with IEPs currently. So, just to kind of give you a little bit of background information on what IEPs and IDEA is, the Individuals with Disability Act basically benefits children that need extra help, and they give information to help children receive special education services that they need and they deserve. So, one thing we have to remember is that all children deserve a quality education, and we need to find the best way to serve these students. It may not always be the same way, but they will go through this to find what works best for them. So, IDA is actually a piece of legislation from the United States Department of Education, and it ensures that all children are provided with quality and free public education. More importantly than that, though, is that the special education is tailored to each child's individual needs. So, what works for one child may not work for another child, and it is our job to kind of piece together information that we have from teachers, other individuals in the child's life, such as parents, family members, and even the school system and therapists as well to help create a program. The programs are known as IEPs, which stands for Individualized Education Plan. And it will basically take information from all different sources and the ones that I mentioned, such as teachers, students, the student themselves, or, therapists or anything like that. And kind of put together almost like a lesson plan for them to continue to do well and thrive in the setting that they're in. It's really important for teachers and family to collaborate together and kind of set common goals that the children are able to do together and that they can achieve. It's so important to make sure that the child is able to reach these goals. It's not something too far fetched for them or something that is too simple for them. There has to be a good medium of that. So, what will happen first is the child, will be observed and eventually be referred to services. And through the referring of services, they can identify any disabilities that the child might have, any learning disabilities. It could be speech issues, it could be ADHD, a whole category of different issues that they might have. Through that, when they figure out that, they can check for programs that are available to them and in their area so that they are able to use these to better learn and contribute to the classroom setting. And I think it's also important to remember that children may not always be in a special education classroom for this. They could be in a regular general education classroom and still have an IEP put in place. Um, so after the availability and eligibility of the programs that they might have, then it's time to develop an IEP. And this is so that, like I said, common goals are set and the children can develop the way that they should within the classroom. And every part, I kind of think of it as like a circle graph. Every part meets at that one common goal that the child should meet at the end of the year. And then IEPs are reviewed annually, which is important to measure progress, to see how the child is doing, if any changes need to be made. Um, it's really important to kind of monitor that child closely, check in with a therapist or, people in the school district that might be helping just to make sure that they are where they're supposed to be. As I mentioned before, there's a couple things crucial for success: collaboration, an appropriate environment for the children. They may do better in a general ed classroom. They may do better in a special education classroom. You really have to find that for the child so that they succeed. Um, Updated IEPs, like I said, kind of make sure that these are working and that everybody, like I mentioned, is sharing mutual expectations so that at the end of the year, we can see how the child has grown and succeeded. And that's what I wanted to share with you today.